Hey, let's do this. So yesterday, Mindfulness Monday, um, the theme was this, I mean, by definition, mindfulness has to do with this capacity there's a self-awareness that's requisite for mindfulness to take place, right? We need to know that we are having an experience in order to be with the experience, not non-judgmentally. If you're just having the experience and you don't know it, then you're just along for the ride, and it's that is not mindfulness. So let's assume for a second that we're able to notice that, oh, here I am, and I'm feeling really stressed out, and I can feel the sensations in my body, and I can identify some of the emotions. So if we're in that mindful state, um, then it raises this question from an attention standpoint. So now what? What do I want to do with this? And so the goal for today is to practice some attention training, like this quote, Dan Millman. You don't have to control your thoughts. You just have to stop letting them control you. And it's obviously very easier said than done. And there are, of course, certain situations where it's easier for us than in others. So there may be certain people in our lives where we're less reactive, or the odds of us getting hijacked by whatever they're saying is less than with other people, or certain situations in our lives. So there's also this, I want to make sure that we don't get caught up in this binary sense of, oh, I'm really able to be mindful. I'm really able to activate attentional control or not. It's not a binary thing. In my experience, it's very situational. Depends on the person, depends on, you know, the circumstance. So once we're able to notice that we're having certain reactions, meaning we're sitting there saying, wait a second, I'm having this thought. I don't want to let that control me. Then the question is, well, so what do you do? And so I want to focus on two elements here. The first one is acceptance. So noticing that for whatever reason, this person or this interaction is stimulating a certain energetic, emotional, cognitive, whatever it might be, reaction. And the first step is I'm just going to allow myself to have that experience. I'm not going to question it. I'm not going to push against it. I'm just going to acknowledge that, oh, this person's really pissing me off, or this person or this situation is really stimulating sadness or even a sense of depression. So attentional control has to do with being able to say, I'm going to focus my attention on the fact that this is happening. And I'm not going to argue with reality. Easier said than done. And then the next step would be to say, so now what? What do I want to do with this information or this awareness that I'm having this experience, and that this interaction with this person is stimulating these emotions or these thoughts in me? What do I want? Right. So we move from just being with the experience to saying, what do I want to do with it? So I thought today, let's see if we can practice these two elements. So close your eyes. Actually, let's do that. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose, slow exhale through the mouth, and just softening the shoulders, the neck, and slowly a deep breath in, slow exhale out. Begin relaxing the body, and just let the breath do its thing. The body knows how to breathe, doesn't need us to direct it or tell it how to do it. Flexing our mindfulness muscles to simply notice, this is how my body's breathing in this moment. These are the sounds that body breathing makes. Noticing sensations of what it's like to have a rib cage, feeling lungs that expand and contract, noticing nostrils, throat, allowing the belly to expand and contract with each in breath and out breath. Just noticing, just being mindful of what is actually happening in this moment as the body's breathing. And a big part of mindfulness is this idea of acceptance, letting go of preconceived notions of how things should be, what it is that I think I need in order to be okay or safe, just dropping into what is, or accepting that right now is what it feels like to breathe, more accurately, to be breathed, noticing that the body is doing all the breathing, or simply bearing witness. And focusing attention on acceptance, meaning accepting that this is how it is right now. This is how the body's breathing. This is how it feels to witness that. And so we're creating a connection between mindfulness and the role that attention plays in this process of mindfulness or the experience of mindfulness. So, in order to bear witness to just raw sensations, bodily functions, requires the capacity to be able to notice, and that involves attention. So, just focusing attention on breath, attention on sitting, feet on the ground, and acceptance has to do with paying attention to what is, how things are in this moment in terms of breath and the body, simply acknowledging or accepting that this is what it's like. This is how the body's breathing. This is what it's like to be sitting, the feet on the ground. And the second part is redirecting our attention to where we want it to be. So given the information that we gather in the first place simply by being mindful and accepting what's happening, we now insert this sense of agency and say, where do I want my attention to be? Do I want my relationship to be with the way breath feels or the way the mind is thinking right now? And with practice, we can learn how to control that spotlight of attention to wherever we want it to be. A, a subtle yet very profound skill to cultivate. If you notice the mind wandering and taking you off into places of that feel like distraction, even just accepting that and being like, oh, yeah, there it is. That's what the mind does. And it doesn't preclude us from then grabbing a hold of our attentional capacity and saying, okay, given all that, here's where I want my attention to be. And then redirecting attention, even if it's just for a couple of seconds. And oftentimes, attention is really a matter of seconds. That's okay. So, part of the process here is to focus our attention. After a while, we notice we become mindful of distractions and the mind wandering. And again, when we notice that, we just take hold of our attention again and say, okay, here's what I want to focus on. And we flex that muscle and hold it up. Go ahead and take a deep breath in through the nose. Long, slow exhale through the mouth. Keeping your attention on the sensation of the exhale, deflation of the lungs, contraction of the belly, all the way out. And then hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep inhale through the nose. Slow, long exhale through the mouth, making it intentional. As long as you can, draw it out. And hold the exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to the session. Unfortunately, our time's up. Um, yeah, just a reminder that there's this thing called attention. And when we become mindful of what's going on, we can remember that we have the capacity to shine that attentional beam wherever we want it. It literally changes our life. And that was a good reminder. Hope to see you tomorrow, everyone. Thank you. Take care.